Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. The example we are looking at was that of a dark room illuminated by the reflected light of the sun, which is coming off the surface of the mirror. The sun is not directly illuminating the room. The reflected sunlight from the mirror is illuminating the room. This was clear? Now, if the mirror is taken out, if the mirror is removed, is the room illumined?
No.
Does that mean sun is not?
No.
Sun is still. Correct conclusion you have come to. Now you replace the sun with Atma and the room with this ghata or this body, and the reflected mirror from reflection which is coming with the mind, the mirror with the mind. So the Atmic consciousness or the self-illuminating consciousness is getting reflected on the mind, and that mind then is illuminating all the senses. And through the senses you know the whole world. And then at sleep, what is happening? What is happening in the sleep? The mind is not illuminating anything. Everything is utter darkness. All forms have merged into, you can't see them, the demarcation lines are not there. Everything is one homogeneous soup, isn't it? But does that mean that Atma is not there? See, the teacher through this example is bringing our attention again. Through the example of the sun, he is bringing it to us to the Atmic principle, the self-luminous principle that we are. So whether there is day, waking or dream, whether there is sleep, now take the room, whether there is light, whether you are able to see the objects in the room because of the reflected sunlight, if the reflected sunlight is not there, and you are unable to perceive the objects in the room, does that mean the sun is not there? No, sun is still there. Similarly, when you are not able to perceive anything in waking and dream, is the Atma not there? It is there. See, if you think of this and go to sleep, you will not sleep. You will be awake. See, so नाना छिद्र घटोदर स्थितमहा दीप प्रभा भास्वरम ज्ञानम यस्य तु चक्षुरादिकरणात् द्वारा बहि स्पंदते. And this is this example what we have taken. It is our mind which borrows the brightness from the self-illuminating consciousness that we are, and then illuminates the whole world. How? Through the senses. Mind alone becomes all the senses. On one hand it becomes the seer, on the other hand it becomes the seen, and it's illuminating. On one hand it becomes the hearer, on other hand it becomes the sound which is heard, and so on it goes on. It's the play of the one with the one, but appearing as many. So the mind borrows the brightness and from the self-illuminating consciousness, and then illuminates the world. And here our attention is on the mind. But in Vedanta, we don't want to put attention on the mind. Our attention is on the source of light. Our attention is not on the reflected light. Our attention is on the source of light. And therefore, the mind is able to, can the self know the world? The mind knows the world, isn't it? The variety is for the mind. Variety is not for the self. You are living differently. You say, I know the world. It is the mind which knows the world. It is the mind which is having the objective thoughts. Self is not having the objective thoughts. So it is the mind which is illuminating the world with what? With the light of consciousness which is reflecting of it. Now, I can't see here. हाँ, यहाँ पे भी हो सकता है मेरे इसके ऊपर लैपटॉप. There is one is a diffused light and one is a specific light which is coming on the top. You can see it. You can see there also on that where the Om is written. There you can see there is a general light which is illuminating the sides of that complete wall, but in the middle it is very bright. If you make it even brighter, you can see, you can pinpoint it also. So that is or you can see it on my face also. There is, no, it is better on Vinay's. No, it is better on Dinesh's here. I can see the shine. So I am not able to see the shine on the face. That is also skin, but I can see, but I can see the shine on only certain area. Similarly, I can see the bright spot on that particular point on the wall, but rest of the wall it's just general light. You can see there also there. Now, if the principle is clear, this whole analysis comes in Panchadashi. So if you understand this is exactly what is happening. The self-illuminating consciousness, when it reflects on the mirror, somewhere it reflects in a focus and somewhere it is general. Just like here. Where it is general, it is called idam. Where it is bright, it is called aham. And what is mind? A play between aham and idam. देखो कैसे कहाँ से कहाँ पे पहुँच गए हम. So this is what he is telling here, that the whole world is not illumined by the pure consciousness. The whole world is illumined by the reflected consciousness which is shining off the mind, and that shining of the mind comes a subject, object and the instrument of knowledge. All is one alone, just as in the dream. Everything, the subject is also the mind, object is also the mind, the instrument of knowledge also is the mind, the material is also the mind, the nimitta karan is also the mind. Everything is the mind alone. And same thing is happening here also. And when the mind here, when we say that the mind, the knower, experiences this aham, which the specific spot is the I. The knower experiences the world, and it is possible only when it is backed by the Atma. If the Atman is not there, the self-illuminating consciousness is not there, expressing there, that person is, the body is called, it's not able to perceive the objects of the world. He's not able to, the mind is not functioning there. What is not there? we are not talking about I correct myself, it's not the self-illuminating consciousness is not there, the reflecting medium is not there. The mirror of the mind is missing. And here the attention was on the, in this example, when we say the mind is not there, you are not able to perceive the world. When the mind is there, you are able to perceive the world. In the waking and dream, you are able to perceive the world. In deep sleep, you are not able to perceive the world. You understand? But what do we say when we move around? I was waking, I was sleeping, I was dreaming. It is not. But which I? Remember, it is the reflected I. In the waking mind, the waker I plus the waking world plus the waking experience. In the dream, the dreamer I is reflecting off the mind, waker I, dreamer I, dream world and dream experience. If the mind is not there, there is no waker I, no waking world, no waking experience. There is no dreamer I, there is no dream world, and there is no dream experience. Then what is there? There is zero, unmanifestation. There is unmanifestation. You are not able to cognize the multiplicity. You are not able to illuminate. The mind is not there to illuminate anything because mind is not available. But because the mind is not available, is Atma not available? Atma is still. And therefore, you know that I had a good sleep. Therefore, you know I had a good sleep. So, where is this waking dream deep sleep going on? In the mind. Because there is change in the wake, from waker to dreamer, dreamer to sleeper, sleeper to waker. Is the Atma changing? No. The reflecting medium is changing. Or it is considered as changing, imagined as changing. So, so when the instrument is removed, the mirror is removed, we have already come to this conclusion that the sun will continue to shine or the Atma will continue to shine, and once the mirror is removed, the sun will continue, but it cannot illumine the dark room. Once the mind has become unmanifest or removed, the Atma continues to shine, but it is not, the reflected light is not available to illuminate anything. That is called, when reflected light is not available to illuminate anything, what is it called? Sleep. If we are aware that the mind has not become aware, has become unavailable, then what is it called? Samadhi. That is called Samadhi. That is called Nirvikalpa Samadhi. See? And in this way, or you can even take it as the mirror with a door. In the waking world, it opens completely. In the dream world, in the sleep, it closes completely. Like something like that. And in this way, the world goes dark. Therefore, who is the illuminator of everything? The Atma. And therefore, whenever you are knowing anything, whenever you are knowing anything, every knowledge, whether it is seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting, thinking, etc., etc., every sort of knowledge, everyone, we presuppose that the light of, that there is light to illuminate it. Every perception is presupposes, indirectly reveals the presence of Atma. In other words, what our Swamiji says, that let every experience, let every interaction, let every thought, let every contact, let every stimuli that is coming towards you, unasked, be a reminder that you are the conscious principle. That is the grace of the Dakshinamurti, the Sadguru within us. It is not only when we read the scriptures that Atma is available to us. No. The shining bald head is also an example, is a opportunity for us to come back to ourselves. Anything, anywhere, when we are looked at the world from existence point of view as the common denominator, when we are looked at the consciousness from the body point of view as the common denominator, now we are looking at the mind, which is the reflecting medium here, because the example taken, the Tattvamasi is over. But how is this happening? How is this experience of the world taking place? This is how it is taking place. Where is the location of the, if at all there is a location of the Atma, where is the location of the Atma? It is like this. It is within. See? Now don't, again, your understanding will be Jivatma is one per person. We are taking it as one. So our Nanakji has told beautifully, the whole universe, the whole sky is an upside down umbrella, a thal, kadai, upside down with many holes in it. And the light, the source of light is behind that kadai. And through all the holes, when the light comes out, you see all the stars. The same thing, Nana Chitra Ghata, but that is the totality level. See? Same thing is happening here, same thing is happening there, same thing is happening in every one of us. And here he says, indirectly reveals the presence of Atma, meaning every contact, every experience, etc. must remind of the conscious existence that I am, which is equal to Atma, another word, or Satchit Atma that we have given to it. And therefore our attention must go to the Atmic principle and not to the phenomenal. Just remember the dark room, every object you see, it is due to the presence of the sun. Similarly, don't give the credit to the mind. The mind is also borrowing the light from the sun. We give credit to the moon, but moon is getting light from the sun. It is not its own light. Who is the sun getting the light from? Then you can keep going on that way. Similarly, the the word knowledge reveals the presence of consciousness. The touch knowledge reveals the presence of consciousness. The form knowledge reveals the presence of consciousness. The smell knowledge reveals the presence of consciousness. And if there is when there is no object, then you say nothing is known, and that nothing is also known to us. That is also revealed to us by the consciousness alone, that nothing is. That is also illumined. The absence is also illumined. And in this way, the teacher says here that through that, it goes on. So therefore, all the objects are evident because of me, and the dependent evidence is called anubhanam, self-evidence. Independent evidence called bhanam. And so in every perception, I is the constant, the Atma is the constant, and this Atma, because of which is borrowing its light to illuminate every object of the world, it is independent, it is self-evident, it is self-illuminating, and the anatma, that is everything that it is illuminating, is anatma, and that anatma is dependent on the atma to be known. It cannot be known by itself. Only atma can know itself. All anatma, that is everything other than the atma, is dependent on the atma to be known. And just like the dark room, the objects in the dark room, they are evident because of what? Because of the sunlight alone. So what is what everything that is inert, everything that is dynamic, everything that is pure, sattva, rajas, tamas, whether waking, dream or deep sleep, whichever way you put it, it is all available for our cognition because of the light of the self. You know the waker, you know the dreamer. The waker is playing in the room of the waking, dreamer is playing in the room of the dream, the sleeper is playing in the dark room. But all these are known by whom? Are illumined by whom? You only, you know these three come and go. So you are that self-luminous Atma. All they are dependent on you. They are not the real. And how are we living? This is not the point. But how are we living? We are living as the waker. So we have lost the plot. If we are only living as the waker, if we have put all our eggs in the basket of waking basket, taking this alone to be the real, without understanding what is going on, then we are living only 1/3. Again, coming back to the same point. We are only living 1/3 of our life. We are not living life at the principal level. See? So here the teacher says that instead of taking the sunlight, he has taken equated the light to the Atma. And in this way, instead of the room, he has taken the body. Instead of sunlight, he has taken the Atma. Instead of the mirror, he has taken it as the mind and equated it to ourselves. So when he says here, Nana Chidra Ghatodara Sthitamaha Deepa Prabha Bhaswaram, the Nana Chidra Ghata, that is not the room with windows. That is the body with all the holes in it. Sthita Mahadeepa Prabha. Mahadeepa, great light. What is that great light? That great light is the Atma. For that room, it was the sun. For the body, it is the consciousness. Prabha Bhaswaram Jnanam tu yasya tu chakshuradi karanat dwara bahispandate. And similarly, that light, just like the lamp which is kept in the pot spreads out through all the holes, similarly this Atma, which is of the nature of light, it spreads out through the reflection of the mind into the whole world through the senses. Janamiti tameva bhantam anubhati etat samastam jagat. I know, he alone is shining. So first it was the example taken, and then it was equated to the body, and then who knows this? I know this. I know that he alone is shining, the Atman alone is shining, that the entire world shines because of the light of consciousness that the Atma is, that I am. And in this manner, the one who makes it possible for me to know it in such manner is the Sri Dakshinamurti, who is the Sadguru, who is abiding in my heart and making this revealing this to me with every passing moment. And with this we conclude today's this particular set of talks till we continue again in our next retreat. Next retreat will again begin from 4th verse. We'll see overview of the 4th and jump into the 5th verse. Now what we'll do is we'll chant the whole Dakshinamurti Stotram and then we'll conclude, because we still have time. You want to chant?
Yeah, sure. We can chant together.
तुम्हारे पास वो नहीं है ना?
कोई नहीं, मैं साथ में सब
करेंगे? ओके. मौन व्याख्या प्रकटित परब्रह्म तत्वं युवानं वर्षेष्ठान्ते वसद् ऋषिगणैः आवृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रमानन्दमूर्तिं स्वात्मा रामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिमीढे. वटविटपि समीपे भूमिभागे निषण्णं सकलमुनिजनानां ज्ञानदातारमारात् त्रिभुवनगुरुमीशं दक्षिणामूर्तिदेवं जननमरणदुःखच्छेददक्षं नमामि चित्रं वटतरोर्मूले वृद्धा शिष्या गुरुर्युवा गुरोस्तु मौनं व्याख्यानं शिष्यास्तु छिन्नसंशयः निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। चिद्धनाय महेशाय वटमूलनिवासिने सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यं निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यः साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयम् तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः। इदं दक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्र्यचित्रीकृतम् मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महा योगी वय स्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः। इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये यस्यैव स्फुरणं सदात्मकमसत् कल्पार्थकं भासते साक्षात् तत्त्वमसीति वेदवचसा यो बोधयत्याश्रितान् यत् साक्षात्करणात् भवेन्न पुनरा वृत्तिर्भवाम्भो निधौ तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः। इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नानाच्छिद्रघटोदर स्थितमहा दीपप्रभाभास्वरं ज्ञानं यस्य तु चक्षुरादिकरण द्वारा बहिः स्पन्दते जानामीति तमेव भान्तमनुभाति एतत् समस्तं जगत् तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः। इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये देहं प्राणमपीन्द्रियाण्यपि चलां बुद्धिं च शून्यं विदुः स्त्रीबालान्धजडोपमा स्वहमिति भ्रान्ता भृशं वादिनः मायाशक्तिविलासकल्पितमहा व्यामोहसंहरिणे तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः। इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये राहुग्रस्तदिवाकरेन्दुसदृशो मायासमाच्छादनात् सन्मात्रकरणोपसंहरणतो यो भूत्सुषुप्तः पुमान् प्रागस्याप्समिति प्रबोधसमये यः प्रत्यभिज्ञायते Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Nama Idam Shri Dakshinamurtaye. Yeah. Continue. Vijagradaadishu tatha sarvasvavasthapapi vyavritta svanuvartama namahametyantasfurantam sada swatmanam prakati karoti bhajatam yo mudraya bhadraya तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये विश्वं कर्ष्यति कार्यकारणतया स्वस्वाभिसम्बन्धतः शिष्याचार्यतया तथैव पितृपुत्राद्यात्मना भेदतः स्वप्ने जागृति वा य एष पुरुषो माया परिभ्रामितः तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये भूरम्भास्यनलो निलो बरमः नाथो हिमांशु पुमान् इत्याभाति चराचरात्मकमिदं यस्यैव मूर्त्यष्टकम् नान्यत् किञ्चन विद्यते विमृशतां यस्मात् परिस्माद् विभो तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये सर्वात्मत्वमिति स्फुटीकृतमिदं यस्मादमुष्मिंस्तवे तेनास्य श्रवणात् तदर्थमननात् ध्यानाच्च सङ्कीर्तनात् सर्वात्मत्वमहाविभूतिसहितं स्यादीश्वरत्वं स्वतः सिद्ध्येतत्पुनरष्टधा परिणतं च ऐश्वर्यमव्याहृतम् सिद्ध्येतत्पुनरष्टधा परिणतं च ऐश्वर्यमव्याहृतम् ऐश्वर्यमव्याहृतम् ॐ पूर्णमदा पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ Just sit quietly. शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम